everybody doing today? King Rex here, and today we're gonna be jumping into a little bit of a different hero. I had one of my new subscribers request this hero, so I'm here to deliver him. And today we're jumping into one of my personal favorite heroes in the game, which is... no, it's not Bruce, it's Wilbur, the Inventor. Yeah. This hero is pretty interesting to say the least. He has pretty interesting stats when you look into him. He has 570 health, which is a pretty decent amount of health. No armor, which is whatever, but I was expecting something a little bit more, because, you know, he has a flying machine. You expect him to have some armor, but nope. His attack 63 to 96 damage. Now, the damage is physical damage, so keep that in mind. And an average attack rate, which is, you know, good. I mean, his attack is pretty interesting, even though the numbers are high, it's not true damage, but to me, it's like the second strongest attack in the game. I mean, yeah, you can argue on that one, because, you know, Bruce can do more damage with his bleed attack, but he needs an attack slot in order to do that, so yeah. To me, Wilbur has the best attack. And now let's jump into his main abilities, starting off with MAD missiles, aka Mad Missiles. The first ability ends up being pretty decent. 84 to 120 explosive damage is pretty decent, and happens every 25 seconds, so yeah, you get it pretty frequently. They have infinite range, the missiles themselves, but he cannot shoot them from like at any point of the map. Enemies have to get a little bit close to him in order to start shooting his missiles. Just letting you know that. The second one is Smoke Spitter DX201. That one ends up being okay, you know, having a nice slowdown by 60%, which is cool. He uses it pretty frequently though, every like 18 seconds, which is pretty nice. If enemies are starting to get past him or underneath him, he's just gonna smoke them, and they're gonna move pretty slow. It's nice, it affects a pretty decent area. I like this one. It's a pretty nice crowd control. The third one is Boombox MK.
Zone.
The little bombs, they end up being okay, but the thing is that it's a little misleading. The actual damage is a little bit higher than you'd think. It actually can do from 111 to 155 true damage per bomb. It's not just the measly 65, which when I first started playing with him I thought, you know what, this ability seems just disappointing, it's not gonna do very much. But when I learned about how much damage it does, then the world just flipped around. They're pretty good. He ends up spawning them pretty frequently as well. I don't remember the exact cooldown, I think it was like somewhere around like 20-ish seconds. So he ends up spawning them pretty often, which is always a plus. The last one is a little bit meh. Dwarf's Engine. Yeah, that one actually kind of makes me really disappointed. Movement speed? Come on. With Veslin I can understand, because he needs range. With Bruce, I get over it because, you know, he's tanky as crap. But this? Movement speed? For realsies. I mean, granted, he moves pretty fast once you upgrade it, but it's not like phenomenally fast or anything. So, yeah. I'm kinda disappointed with that one. Yeah. As much as I love Wilbur, because he's basically like flying battle mecha, this one just makes me wanna cry. It's so disappointing. And last but not least, his special ability is Pew Pew Drones. That one on the other hand ends up being pretty good. You know, it has 40 seconds cooldown, and you have these 4 little drones right here that just gonna start seeking out random enemies and just shoot them to death. Each one of them does 256 true damage, which is pretty good. Even though it takes them a while, 8 seconds, the total amount of damage that they do is 1024, so there's nothing bad about it. The issue, however, yeah, I said there's nothing bad about it, and immediately I say, oh wait, there's something wrong with it. Apologies for that, but there is one issue with that ability. You can't really make it target a specific enemy. You can just launch them anywhere on the screen and they're just gonna start seeking randomly. I don't know the targeting behind it, but it ends up being a little bit, I don't know, hazardous. You're gambling every time you put it, because I can put them literally right here and they're just gonna start flying to the enemies. And they just start targeting random people. Like, you never know which one is gonna be taking more damage or not. So yeah, in the end, Wilbur, as much as I like him, I'm gonna give him 9.3 out of 10. I wanted to give him a 9.5, but he just has he has a couple of things that I don't like about him. One of them is his movement speed. Like, I know it's bad, but come on, that could have been his passive ability. His passive ability could have been just to have that movement speed, not waste an entire slot on it, which is pretty disappointing. And the other thing is that, as I said, the drones, they just end up being too inconsistent with their damage. Even though they do a good amount, you never know which enemy is gonna get damaged, and it's really hard to make them focused on one target. So yeah, other than that, Wilbur, for the first $7 character, I would say he is decent, but definitely not the best. His DPS is pretty good, he does a good amount of group damage, he's pretty good against crowds and against single targets, but not the best. I would say he is probably the 3rd place. Unfortunately, as much as I love him, he deserves the 3rd place. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the video, guys. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I appreciate you for sticking around to the end. Subscribe if you want to see more of this content in the future. While you're at it, drop a like on the video, it means a lot to me. And I'll see you in the next video. Until it comes, that was King Rexy, over and out.